This truly is the deck of all time. Fire mid-range Siryu, Genbu, Byaku, Suzaku,
So,
Goja. They went 3-2 in Hong Kong.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Looking Glass podcast, your place everything Grand Archive. My name's Travis. I'm here with Dalton and Corey as per usual, and got not too much news to discuss this week. It's been kind of a short week, but I guess we'll kick things off by starting with the Banished Zone Regional that happened this past weekend. Banished Zone's always a great store to go to, and always a fun time when we're there. So, always a pleasure to go out there and play. The only downside for me this time around was I just outright did not want to be playing. I know Dalton was there to try, and Corey was there to give it his effort, but I just did not want to play. I didn't get to play the deck I wanted to play either. Kind of unfortunate. But so my run was absolutely horrendous. I ended up playing against a really cool Byaku deck round 1, and I have no qualms losing against that, like, at all, because a deck like Byaku is something you don't see normally. So I was pretty cool with like just like seeing it play out and everything, and learning a couple things about it that I could apply to my stuff. So round 2 I had to play against Corey, and it was 2 water decks versing each other, so naturally we didn't finish game 3, and I took game 1 and Corey took game 2. So, and then round 3 I played against this really cool it was a Goja deck, but it was fire, but it used Genbu, and it was like a focus on horses. And I know Corey played that deck during Brawl Night, and he really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's fun.
We'll touch more on that here in a minute. But after that, I just kind of dropped. I was kind of done for the day. I kind of float around and do whatever. So, yeah. Corey, how was your run?
Pretty fucking awful. I really didn't. Unfortunately, like, for the past 2 weeks, I kind of figured out kind of the flaws of my Nico deck, but
It sounds like you're kind of far from your mic, man.
oh, it does. Oh, wait,
Yep.
hang on. I think I know what happened. Let me.
Sorry, guys, technical difficulty.
Yeah, percent. Is it better now? Is it better now?
I guess.
Okay, because like normally, like when I lean back, my it's not usually that hard to hear me, but yeah, I kind of figured the flaws of my Nico deck, and I went to order stuff, and fortunately it didn't come in time. Round 1, I played a mirror match. My first time ever playing against Nico, so it was kind of the battle of like who got more negates and who kind of like opened up better. I opened up really no allies, and my opponent kind of went crazy with Frostthorns round 1, and he managed to build up faster, and then just kind of ravishing me for like 44 mil.
Damn.
Which was though funny enough, that was how many cards were left in my deck. So that was kind of an ironic mill.
Crazy.
And then game 2, I just I almost had him, but he managed to set up a bunch of taunters and um, something to note. I wasn't feeling the best all going into that week, and like I wasn't really all there, and I ravishing when there was a Tweedledee on the field, and yeah, I kind of just did not see a taunter, and at that point, I just wanted to die and just drop out because I made such a horrible misplay. And honestly, like I couldn't really like do anything because I drew into no allies, so like what was I gonna do? Like whenever I would, and I milled most of my refracting missiles, so I just kind of like wanted to end it. And then game 2, like Travis said, we played each other. Game 3, I played against Water Kongming, and I played a little bit better, but I never played against Kongming before, and I didn't really know what I was getting into. And game 1, he just had like even 2 cards like in hand and with like influence. Kongming just kind of had every answer. He had like a shit ton of like shields. So whenever I like had game, he just kind of managed to block me. And then game 2, and then he fracturized my Magebane Lash right as I was taking out Temptation's Facade. And yeah, so that was something. And then game 2, he just had like every blocker under the sun. He had like 2 bullfrogs. That you know the card, Travis, that water shield card, the one whenever you're
Hydro Guard Retainer.
Yeah, which
he always lets you draw a card
with,
every time he goes north to west.
Yeah, he always attacked with that one, so I never was worried about it. But like, I didn't know how to tackle. I didn't really know how to tackle like a deck like that, because like Nico is just kind of goes tall and swings. And whenever the theme of these past 2 weeks is just Corey puts ally on the board, ally gets absolutely murked. Corey has no board presence. Corey tries to swing with a sword or a Temptation's Facade, opponent blocks, and it's just it wasn't. I think the deck needs more allies, and I did find a pretty good build that I was gonna mess with that played a lot more allies and didn't rely solely on like the big swing. I don't know. I feel like whenever I try to do something different, I got knowledge checked a lot, and as much as I had fun, it was kind of frustrating. I couldn't really squeak in an actual win really anywhere. Like I would win a game or 2, but then I would just like fuck up Royal and just kind of throw a game, and it was just a little frustrating. But I'm hoping to learn. I'm hoping to learn as I go along. It's just. And also, everyone sided against Nico. It wasn't a good meta call. Like, people absolutely ravaged my float, and it was not a good time.
Yeah. I mean, season's over for us, so it's all R&R from here. So, Dalton.
Yeah.
What about you, man? I know you didn't have a good run either.
I mean, I think it was, we dropped what, 3rd round, I think it was? Pretty sure we dropped 3rd round.
Yeah, we were all out of there by like round 4.
Yeah.
Alright, so, basically, round 1 I played against Water Diana, and game 1 was fairly back and forth, didn't see any damage mitigation, didn't see a ton of allies, but I was able to keep pressure up. But they had Cat, and they had all the ways out to get rid of Rose and everything else to get rid of my board and whatnot. Game 2, I drew nothing but actions. I played 28 actions in the entire deck, and I drew nothing for 4 turns except action cards. Could not draw a single ally at all to save my life in game 2. Next round, I played against, I believe those Wind Slimes. and just they rapid leveled so fast I couldn't do anything, as well as I didn't see any allies in either game one or game two. Round three, I played against a Wind Arasana deck where I had to go and have the judge sit there and come over and confirm that an imbued windmill, even though it's being put into memory but via escape the wreckage, you still get the one into memory off of it being imbued and whatnot. And they didn't believe me. I had to call the judge over just to confirm everything, and the judge was like, "Yeah, it still enters, it's still imbued, etc." Cool, not a problem. But no matter what I did in that matchup, I didn't, even after I think it was like 19 turns, I had 0 damage mitigation at all in hand. So I couldn't stop it when they cosmic bolted me. And it sucked to suck. It wasn't doing what it needed to do. And keep in mind, I was on Wind CL, so like I was just playing a ton of like wind value basically, and I couldn't see anything, which just sort of sucked all day. And that's what basically made me want to just end for the day and go back home.
You also didn't borrow Corey's Cheshire Cats.
I don't think Cheshire Cats will even help me, because if I'm only seeing actions, it doesn't change the fact of I would have only seen actions.
I gotta bust your balls on that. It's all in good
I mean,
fun.
it wouldn't change anything regardless, even if I would have played Cheshire.
No, I get it. You had bad hands all day.
Yeah.
We covered this the other day on Brawl Night and everything. Like, you even said, like, if you opened up like we did on all those hands that we saw the cats in, like, you would have done so much better that day.
Yeah. Like, I was surprised because, like, game 2 against the Water Diana player in round 1, I drew Escape the Wreckage, Reclaim, Reckoning's Wake, what was it? Cyclonic Strike and Visage Strike, and I know there was something else, but it was an action card, and just nothing dug me any deeper. I'm like, I can't do anything. Like, I literally went into my second turn, I went into backup charger to try and draw and find something. I couldn't get anything. It's just like okay, I guess I just lose all day.
Yeah. Well, we all three had bad runs that day. It's whatever. It is what it is. It's over. This has been a weird season. I'm excited for RDO at this point and see how it shakes up everything. As a segue into spoilers, I guess, the next topic on the menu here. Did get a Win CL spoiler, today? Yesterday? Today. That's right. And I believe it summons 2 of those
It sounds like 2 Savant tokens.
Yep.
So it's basically a 4-cost summon 2 Vacious Servant tokens rested. Then if you have 3 or more omens, wake them up. But it doesn't do enough. Huh?
The fast speed?
No, it's slow speed. So it's just not good enough.
It's probably one of the better servant token cards, but like Dalton said, it still doesn't change the fact that they just kind of like didn't really do much with Win CL, unfortunately.
If servant tokens, and then I even had this conversation in the group chat earlier, if servant tokens were 2 2s and it got +1/+1 for every 2 omens in your omens, it'd be better. But having specifically to target attacks or allies makes it very, very difficult, because you're reliant on your opponent getting rid of your allies fairly quickly and easily to get their health and toughness higher to make them stand on board for longer, and it's next to impossible to do, in all honesty, at the end of the day.
I really think that the token, I get that wind is kind of like the ally color, but like with how CL works, I was thinking about this. If the servant tokens were revolved around fire, I think
Mhm.
the tokens would play a little bit better because then you could like precision drop like allies into your graveyard that you don't need to get them in there so your servant can get more powerful. Because yeah, you can put omens from your hand into your like mastery, but why would you want to do that? Like, why would you want to lose influence?
Yeah,
Like,
because you're losing value at that point. Yeah.
I think personally, I think that the deck
hell,
is.
even water.
I think that it's
Mhm.
just about there. It's just missing that one key card that ties all these things.
I think if we get a unit for Win CL, like an ally that basically just states on enter, if you have 3 or less omens, banish this card, put a omen counter on it, and draw a card into your memory, deck would actually be able to function. We just need one ally that's able to do that, and we'll be golden. Or even if you have to pay 2 into it to do it, that's perfectly fine. Like, just something like an ally that puts itself into omens and replaces itself is basically all we need in the deck.
I was just thinking that,
I'm
like if it dies or if it like on hit you can swap it for like something else in your omens.
Mhm.
Like that would be really cool. Like just kind of have like wind allies that kind of work with, because like they kind of like are a little random with like CL's different element archetypes. Like I don't know if people can hear me. Like it's just wind. Like wind's so cool. I love tokens. Like token decks are like one of my favorite things, and like it's so sad to see that like wind CL tokens are just not that. Like they have a bunch of cool cards that like make the token stronger, but they're just not good allies themselves. Like that shield guy. Like it's cool to give your like tokens vigor and stuff, but like who the fuck cares? Like this card sucks.
I really think that it just needs a little bit more of something, something to tie them all together. And we might see that in RDO. We might not see that to Gar and Gam Alter.
Yeah. Like CL himself is just a really good deck. It's just like someone said, like, why play puny token and need like 3 omens in your like deck or like your mastery when you can just have 1 and deal 15 damage? It's like fair point. It's like
yeah. Tyler was saying that. Yeah.
It's like CL's there. Like he has all the stuff, especially with all this like arcane Rai support. Like, would you play like 12, 15 drop arcane cards for Oblation? Absolutely not. But you can. Seal this.
Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of different components for CL right now. Like, there's a bunch of cards that, like, if you sit there and read them, they read in a way that you're like, all right, we're waiting on a certain piece to pull all this together.
Yeah, it gives me Tony vibes.
Sort of Tony vibes, but not at because CL's still playable, whereas Tony hasn't really ever done much, and that's the big difference. Like, so like Fire CL does things. There's been water variants of CL that have done things, but Wind hasn't done any. And you look at a card like Awaken Ombre, and you're like, okay, when am I ever going to? This is honestly like a Win CL card. It really is, and just have to have something good enough to use it with. And then this card just becomes invaluable.
Yeah.
Well, there is that like 10-drop ally. What is it, like that giant? Like Awakened Ombre is perfect for that. It's just trying to get it into the graveyard with like Wind CL is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, like I can see a world where Awakened Ombre is really good in like a wind Umbra, like where you play like a really light Umbra package, but you go up to wind, or you go up to Umbra with wind, and it's the same thing with the maid. What's her name? Marianne. Marianne's really good too. It's just right now she doesn't have a place because like you're not able to generate enough targets for her to have enough keywords to be a threat.
Yeah.
But I do see a world where this can be really good. It's just missing a couple key. I think once we get those, I think things will be a little bit better, because there was another Umbra card for specifically ally strategies that came in ETM. Give me a second here. I'm trying to bring it up on my phone here. This one, Embrace Noir. It says, until the end of the turn, all allies gain stealth. And if you have one or more Umbra element omens, you draw a card into your memory, so it replaces it. But it's a way to keep your guys out there from being killed by, like, attacks to them.
Yeah.
You said this is an arcane card?
No, it's an Umbra card.
Sorry, Umbra.
Yeah, it came out of PTM. It's a 2-cost, fast speed. It is a uncommon. So they definitely printed ally support cards in Umbra or CL. It's just he doesn't have enough going for him right now to get him there. Like, the new attack card is great, but it helps to ramp your omens a little bit quicker. But the problem with these tokens is, like, they get bonuses based off of 2 different things being in your omens, like between being attacks and allies. So
it definitely makes it a whole lot more difficult to go make everything work. Because I mean, if you go to level 3 and whatnot, it's too difficult to go maintain a balance between the two properly to make the tokens worth it as a long-term investment. Unless you have like two of the strike, which will put itself in omen, and you have 2 allies that you're perfectly fine with omening from hand, basically, because you're not seeing a ton of decks that are just going to mill you for like three cards or whatever and be like, oh, okay, I hit an ally, I'm going to omen that. That's normally not what happens.
I think there's a world where something can work there. It's one of those things that I think will require some heavy testing that we didn't really have the time to do by the time you played this specific build. And even with that testing, I there's some cards that I think are probably in RDO that are really gonna pull this strategy together a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on from CL, because we can talk about CL, like all 3 of us like playing CL, so we could talk about this forever. We got a wind, 3 cost, 2 power, 3 health, vanilla horse.
Oh, baby.
And aside from the fact that it's a standard 3 cost 2/3, it's a horse and it's in wind, and Jin just got a bunch of wind support And who has direct support with horses? Jin does. So Jin can effectively, if he swings with a polearm or polearm attack, he can now make that horse a 3/3. And on top of that, it's a wind unit, so it counts towards the wind polearm, and he can potentially be swinging even harder himself. So some good synergy there with that. There's not really much to talk about as far as that card goes. It's just a vanilla 3-cost 2/3 in wind that works with Jin. That's basically what it comes down to. I don't think there's really, and you know, obviously you have Brisk Wind Trotter and stuff that works with it, but I don't think there's much anything else to add to that, boys.
No, not really. Basically covered it.
Yeah.
Horse go bird.
I mean, like Dalton, like you were literally, when you played the Jin deck the other day, you had the Wind Rider Vanguards. Like, that's an easy sub out for that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't change the fact of, I mean, just the deck sort of just goes burr with allies, and it's like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, we're going to get a Distortion Polearm.
Oh boy. I don't know. I think we're done with distortions for now, unless they make some kind of weird, like, distortion, like, item or something. Or I don't think it'll be a direct weapon or anything. I don't think they want to give anything else that's going to pump up Cheshire Cat.
Well, I mean, they're not going to make anything that gets, like, a +1/+1 stat or anything like that.
Yeah.
But what we might see is just having, like, a generic, like, good polearm, like, that would be better than, like, Executioner Spear and whatnot. That would promote you to be like, okay, hey, look, play Looking Glass and Jing. Play this, play that. I mean, I can just see it happening.
Honestly, I can see more of a generic, like, wind polearm being made, one that works with because Mordred is coming out.
And he is a weapons master.
Yeah, so I can see them, like, they usually, like, make a weapon within element for things. So if it's just warrior class bonus, then Jen can use it.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to do that. And the only reason why I say is because they're really locked in on that whole entire thread of, for the Mordred deck specifically, you have to play. They want you to play their Divine Relic or his Divine Relic. So, like, I don't know. I don't see them being like, oh yeah, let's just make another weapon for him. Especially when you have Erendite already.
I mean, yeah, but you don't want to lock somebody to one element though. Like that's poor game design.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I mean, they're going to sit there and be like, well, you know, I don't know. It's Mordred. I could see them just being like, well, we want you guys to push the envelope of building Mordred a different way than what most people are seeing. Like, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to make Mordred flat out as just a multi-attack. I'm going to say F all the allies on the inside, basically.
You know, I'm going to laugh if in the set there's 2 more Divine Relics just for Mordred.
Oh my god.
And they're both, like, they're both spirits.
That'd be so crazy. That'd be so crazy.
Because
that'd be so wild.
They did not spoil any spirits for this set.
Yeah.
And typically...
Remember, we're getting those special art spirits this set.
I mean, that's fair, but those are like high rarity, and they're reprints technically.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
So, it would be interesting to see if that's what they do here. If we get, because all we got was Spirit of Purity out of PTM. So, I don't know. We'll have to see, but I would laugh if that's what they did, because then, like, that just turns on, like, so many different things you can... We'll have to wait and see. Because technically, if there's supposed to be a Divine Relic in the set, that's not in the set, that's in the Recollection deck. We will have to wait and see. Other than that, though, I don't think we had. Did we have any more spoilers other than that?
Did we talk about the fire Ari flower?
Oh
Portion.
yes, Fire Ari flower. That thing is really fucking good.
Yeah, I really have no like. It seems good to me, but like I haven't really ever played Ari before, so I could tell that it was good, but like I really have no thoughts on it. Like,
Did
fired.
there any indication of how to get this card out? Or did they just release like the flower token card itself?
Just the flower card itself.
I'm guessing it's a main deck card that you can play like 4 copies of.
Seems like it. Token, item, cleric,
Oh, it's a token.
Sacrifice Volina as a spell, deal 1 damage to target unit.
Okay, well it says token, so it's not a main deck card then. That means that there's some way to create it. Interesting. I really wonder what they're gonna use, what the card is, or cards that are gonna make this. Obviously, it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be locked to fire. I don't think they would let this thing loose outside of fire. So again, another card we'll have to wait and see what more support has to say about it. But it's cool that they gave Fire Ari a new herb token, because outside of having to blend certain effects together, like there really wasn't much that Fire Ari could do to actually deal enough damage to close a game.
Yeah. Wonder if that means there's going to be a token for every element.
Token for every what you said?
Like element, like what, like a water herb, a wind herb.
I don't know if that necessarily will be, but I know fire was lacking.
Nah, yeah, because water had fractals. Wind is the most popular one right now, right?
Yeah, wind is the most popular one because of fertile grounds. Fertile grounds, and you have 3 visits with like easy glimpse. I know when it comes to potion, water is the best one. At least at the moment, water had the best potions. Like water has like a draw 2 potion, has a potion infusion that lets you draw 2. So you can essentially like infuse the draw 2 pot, crack it, and draw 4.
That's nice.
Yeah. Whereas like wind has some like disruption potion, but nothing crazy. And fire had a couple burn potions, but they were nothing really like over the top. Because Ark and I have been we've been brewing potion decks for a while now, and unfortunately they've always just been, you know, they've always just ended up being something that's for fun, or it just never could quite get there. And now we have potions that really push the game in a different direction. That's exciting to see.
I'm back.
Okay.
It gives me a little hope for Tony support. Like, I like the 2 cards we have now, but I'm still waiting for a little more.
I mean, it's a huge set. There's a lot. They said every champion's gonna be. So.
Yeah. And they're dropping spoilers at the weirdest fucking places. Because I got announced at a con.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes. Like, you'll get spoilers in random moments like that. I know spoiler season starts soon. They haven't really announced who all got spoiler cards. So.
Yeah.
Still praying we get some. That would be.
Oh yeah, they did announce another card, Otherworldly Possessions.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. I think it was okay. It wasn't anything that like really.
It was showing off that character they were talking about from the live stream, the one who was fixing Tristan's arm.
Yeah.
It gives like an enlightened counter, which for 5 cost is a lot.
Yeah, it's all right. It wasn't anything that really like, put an exclamation point above my head or anything.
Yeah, it's just an uncommon. Yeah, and then they also showed off the CPR barriers.
Yeah, for the Pantheon. So I guess the way you get those is they said, based on your games, like players can go up and like commend you or something for having a really interesting and fun deck and being a really fun person to play with and everything like that. It's supposed to be the casual way of earning prizing. Like, just because you go in there, like you can go in there and win every single game all day long and not win a thing because
I think you can get packs. Like you can get those from packs too, right?
I don't.
Yeah, Pantheon Play Pack is what it is, or Pantheon Premium Pack and whatnot. I believe. From what I was reading in the article, that's where you get that from.
Okay, well, I know they said something about there being. Maybe you get more packs for.
Yeah, I think so. It's just basically like these are the event packs.
Okay.
For Pantheon, and you can get I think you also get like ascent tickets too, like to buy merch and whatnot, and
you get I think you get Sylvie bucks or something.
Yeah, ascent tickets. What can you buy with those besides the mats? Like, can you buy other stuff?
There's mats. There's they have certain things up there at this. I think there's packs. I think you can actually get full boxes too, with enough Sylvie bucks, if I remember correctly.
That's cool. Yeah, they said they would like cycle through. There's like a yearly cycle with these.
Yeah.
Promo packs, because currently, right now, the only way to get these is by going to Ascents. So, which kind of sucks if you're East Coast boys like us, but
well,
they still
so here's
are.
the cool
they
thing.
still are
So on that note, just to make note of this, apparently, from what I came to understand from like watching things over the past couple weeks, apparently you don't have to buy an actual like Ascent ticket. Like, you can just show up there and buy your side event tickets, or for this, for Pantheon, I think they're gonna sell like a separate ticket or something that you can you'll get something for buying like the Pantheon package or whatever, but you can just show up there and there's people sitting at a desk that you can pay into the side events, but you don't have to pay that like ridiculous like ticket price or anything to play in an event that you don't want to play in.
No, I'm aware of that. I just mean traveling. That's
yeah, like traveling is one thing, but it's nice to know that you don't have to on top of that pay for an event and then be like, oh well, I'm going to play, and then I bought this ticket for this event that I don't want to play in, and I think it's cool that you don't have to worry about tickets selling out necessarily. You can just show up and play the side event.
You're not exactly right on that. So if you read further down, so what they're going to do for Pantheon is they're going to have a battle pass that will be available for purchase, and it costs 2 side event tickets. And basically, the battle pass enabled will get you more prizing or additional prizing, or tickets, depending. But basically, that's how they're going to make it so that way you can get certain promotional cards for the completion of the battle pass, as well as to get additional tickets for the Ascent store and earn additional Pantheon packs.
That sure looks like a
Yeah,
bottle
but it's
cap.
not going to be a limited amount though. Like, it's not like
I get what Travis is saying. He's just saying like you can come and like enter.
Yeah, you can like you don't have to like when tickets go on sale, like you don't have to worry about not getting a ticket.
Yeah.
So it's good in that right because then there's no FOMO about it. And
well, yeah, well, there is still kind of FOMO, which is what I was getting at. Like,
well, so the fear of missing out is in terms of travel, and that's a whole different aspect. That's just a lack of East Coast events over here.
Well, that's what I was getting at. I was in the middle of saying something before I got cut off.
No, I'm aware there's a lack of East Coast events and everything, but it's not unheard of to go. I know they've had ones in like Seattle or something like that, somewhere that's like not too awful. Like it's not across the country, but it's still close enough that you could be like, okay, well, that's doable.
Well, what I was saying is eventually they would just have the packs as part of like local Pantheon events. Is what I was getting at.
Oh
eventually,
yeah,
that's what I was trying to get to, because it doesn't really, like, not everyone has the ability to travel like this, and right now, like as they said, Pantheon's still in the alpha stages. So right now, like especially in Los Angeles, there's going to be like people who enter those are going to be alpha testers, and they'll be able to get the packs and stuff. And like eventually, maybe like they can cycle keep the newer Pantheon packs as part of Ascent, and then cycle the old ones to the locals, so players have access to like get in there and play and still earn like some of these packs, so players can have access to them without having to spend a shit ton of money to get a CPR for a barrier.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's like more, because like I kind of want one of like every champion to have like a barrier for every champion.
I think that might be a thing, because I think over time, so I understand you don't want to print too many starter product things, because then you're just gonna have ones that don't sell clearly over other ones. I think 4 was a solid number for this.
Yeah, it is. It's still four CPR.
And it was 4 of 4 popular champions. And I think it was a route to take the way they did. And I'm hoping that means, maybe with the next set after RDO, maybe there'll be like 4 more. Or maybe they'll start taking advantage of some of these like Ultra Editions and maybe release like a deck or 2 there that go with the theme of that set. Because that would help sell the set at the same time. So like you gotta think about it. So like, all right, so HVN Alter is our next like Ultra Edition that should be coming out. So if they do RDO like this, they already released Kong Ming with this, who is like an A and B. So when you release Ultra Edition HVN, release a Guoja and a Diao-Chan Pantheon deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because you're already adding cards to the set in the Ultra Edition, maybe put like anywhere between, like in a token slot, like 2 to 4 spots dedicated for like 2 cards each for them in Pantheon. And just make that a thing.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, like you've got Ultra Edition coming out, and then you've got 2 Pantheon decks that support that have support from those sets, and like it's like a win-win situation there, because then you have like DTR Alter next, and you just do CL, Diana, and Alice, and then maybe save like PTM for like the Dark Alice support, and do like Dark Alice and Merlin with PTM Alter, and give them some Pantheon stuff. But I mean, that off the top of my head, that's just a way to market it and make sense of things. I can't really say in general. I can only go based off of what I've watched of Pantheon so far, and it looks really fun. Like I was never interested in Commander Magic or anything like that. It's just really boring to me, but this looks fun. So I'm really looking forward to like actually getting my hands on stuff and playing. But from what I've seen so far, it's really hard to tell what stuff feels like, and without knowing all this other stuff in the set, it leads you to wonder, like, is anything going to feel like it's lacking?
Yeah.
And I mean that in 2 ways here. The first way would be like, are all the versions of that particular champion's deck, like deck types and everything, are all versions considered when they're supporting this, or are they supporting one specific path of that champion? Like, I understand there's going to be like elemental support and stuff, but are like, let's use Tony for example, are we going to support mainly domain support, or are we going to do mainly foster support? And is one or the other going to be lacking?
That's fair.
Like when I go to build a Pantheon deck, am I going to be able to focus an entire strategy around around foster, or am I going to be able to focus an entire strategy around domains? And if I had to ask myself that question right here and now, I could easily say that one, I can 100% like being able to do, and that would be domains. And the other one being foster, I cannot 100% say that I can see that being a thing. And I can be wrong here, in that there is enough support for both of those archetypes, as well as every other champion's multitude of archetypes. But that's the big question here, is if I want to do a Pantheon strategy with a specific champion and their specific like archetype or way to go about building them, am I going to be able to do?
That's fair.
And that's where I feel that these Ultra editions that come out can be further supported in Pantheon by the inclusion of like 2 starter decks that support them. Or if you don't want to support those champions because, you know, they have enough stuff from RDO and previous sets, like Guoja, let's be real, Guoja has a huge pool of cards to pull from. And then in RDO, you know, who knows how much more you're going to get from that. But let's say Tony gets under-supported in RDO, you know, that's when you can be like, okay, well, I know it doesn't match the set, but with this set, we're introduced to 2 new Pantheon starter decks, since Pantheon is its own separate entity, and then just put a Tony RDO deck out with some exclusive cards to that. because you only have to buy one.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a Pantheon exclusive card. Now, if it's a card that you could also make work in Standard, then yeah, you have to buy more. But from what I've seen of some of these cards, like, there's not too much focus on, like in these Pantheon decks. I didn't see too much focus on things that you either don't come in the set or you have to buy 4 of to make sure you have, because, like, let's be real, that's like almost $200.
Yeah.
But I think at some point every champion deserves that treatment that these champions are getting, where they have like a new card artwork come out for the champion and it has a chance to be, you know, that special foil for Pantheon. And I think each champion deserves that treatment.
That's fair.
So that being said,
I
go ahead, Dalton.
I mean, I definitely feel like we have very limited information in regards to anything really for Pantheon. I mean, we know at the Creator Summit they were all playing with the pre-built. They had multi-champion decks that were on the counter and everything you could actually pull from.
Yeah, I think they said there was like
which
20 of them that they had built up that you could like you could rent out and play. But I didn't get to watch any of the games that included those decks. The only ones that I saw were the ones that included just the product.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about, especially since obviously they did not go and build one for Mordred. Just so you are aware, so Mordred didn't get played at all for Pantheon specifically for that event. As far as I know of, anyways, I didn't see the deck up on the front table, and I mean I could be wrong, but from what images I saw, it wasn't on the table at all. So I'm assuming no one played it. Regardless, Pantheon's going to be for the most part a fairly open format. You're not going to be able to properly prepare for every single matchup. It's just not going to happen. It's a fun format that's meant to be leisurely. So, I mean, I see every set them adding cards specifically in for Pantheon, like doing like a promo box topper or whatever, like putting a Pantheon specific card into token slots moving forward. Because let's be honest, we can all print tokens ourselves or use a card for a different food game to represent the token and whatnot.
Let's be even more
so
honest. We don't need like 100 more copies of herbs and automaton drones and all this other stuff.
Correct. So I see the companies going to look at that and be like, well, every set we can go and put in, like, let's say 25 exclusive or 24 exclusive Pantheon cards, okay? Varying rarities, obviously, and whatnot, varying effects and so on and so forth, to better help out advanced elements and whatnot, which would really push the longevity of Pantheon overall, because in Pantheon, you obviously have the card pool of both Standard and Pantheon. You do not have access to the draft cards, though. So anything that has draft on you can't utilize, but that's perfectly fine. That's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. It's not like a rule breaker or anything like that. But like as someone that's looking forward to not only Pantheon but the progression of Pantheon, to see it become a competitive thing in comparison to like Magic's Commander or Force of Will's Epic Stories format.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
If it doesn't become competitive. I like having.
Well, I mean, like, what I mean is, like, by competitive, I mean, like, it has the amount of same play as, like, what they do, where, like, there's a ton of players for it, and, like, it's fairly easy to get a pod going.
Oh, yeah.
For it. That's what I'm talking in regards to. I'm not talking, like, like CEDH or C epic stories or whatever, competitive epic stories and so on and so forth, because I played competitive epic stories and that was absolutely horrendous. Like I hated that so much. There was so many like specialized online events for it and it was just so bad. And then CEDH was just a mess overall, and I don't want to get into that to begin with. When Golos was unbanned, it was just nutty and ugh. Regardless, I hope that Pantheon gets the amount of personnel or people that like to play it, similar to how Magic and Epic Stories has that and whatnot, and how the Commander format for Magic has it and whatnot. So that way, then, like, there's a lot of people that you can play with. Like, you can go sit there. Their biggest pushing like aspect to like the fact of Pantheon is Path of Silver. There's a lot of downtime that you're waiting there and whatnot. So why not just play Pantheon with the people around you? And like that's something that they are saying that you can do at these events and whatnot. Where they're doing Path of Silver, they can also do Pantheon on the side and be like, okay, hey, look, this is my collection, this is so-and-so's collection, and then just be sitting at another table just doing Pantheon.
Well, they did discuss it in like in that article. Like basically, like you can either the normal way of doing it is you sign up for the event and they just put you into a pod, or you can come like if me, you, and Travis were to go in and sign up for an ascent, they would fill us in with one random person. And that person would probably get viciously curb stomped by all of us. But
I mean, no, I wouldn't say that because at the same time,
I was making a joke.
Yeah,
but but I was saying is like there's always ways to. They put you into a queue, and they just kind of fill you in, kind of like an MMO. Like, oh, we need one person, or we.
I mean, that's how they do it with everything, though. Like, because right now the only side events right now were there was draft, and then there was like starter deck tournament. Where like you get a starter deck and play against other starter decks.
Yeah.
But those were the only two side events that were available. And then, you know, at the Ascents, there's always like the scrubbed out tournament on day 2. So, but that's just more standard play.
Yeah.
Draft is okay. It's just like I feel like it needs to be expanded on a little more.
Yeah, and just instead of just A and B.
Yeah, because I really feel like that set is tapped out in terms of what you can build. Like when it gets to the point, lost all. Anyway, when it gets to the point where you can make guides on like what cards to look for and how to like what to draft and how to build certain things, like it gets to a point where there's really not much room to explore anything. That makes sense?
Yeah, I didn't even know there was. I mean, I was thinking of the cons. I didn't even know there was guides. That's kind of funny.
There's not many, but there's some people that have talked about it and everything. So I can.
Yeah.
Yep, I see. Okay. Yeah, Dalton should be back then. Hopefully a couple of minutes. But anywho, yeah, like it's good that they have another side event to do now in Pantheon, because like when I was at Boston after losing out of the main event and everything, there wasn't much to do. And I did do a couple draft pods, but they took a while to fill up because they wanted you to have like a decent number of people because, you know, the more people, the better it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I think 8 people was like what they really wanted you to have. And the starter deck tournaments, I just don't have any interest in because it was, you pick from, you know, there's DOA all the way up to DTR, and you can just look at some of the starter decks, and if you know what's in them, it's like, okay, well, I know that these ones have a chance of winning, and these ones have no chance of winning.
What were the better ones to choose?
All right, so well, if you go from DOA, you had Sylvie, like OG Sylvie. You had Sylvie, Lorraine, and Rye. And then ALC, you had Tony, Arisana, and Diana. AMB had Jin and Kongming. And then DTR, you had CL and Diana, the Aether Wing one.
Yeah.
So, out of those options, because I believe you know a good number of those and what's in them. Off the top of your head, you could name like 3 that you know for sure, hands down, are an option. What would they be?
I would say Lorraine, just because of the way she is and how fast she can get. I would say for DOA, I would say Lorraine. For ALC, probably Diana. For AMB, definitely Jin. I would definitely say Jin, just because of the way that he is, being a warrior. And then DTR, I've heard if I remember hearing right, I heard the CL starter was pretty good. So I would go with those.
So you said Diana from ALC and Lorraine were the first 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're absolutely right with those 2 because Lorraine is basically Wind Allies in a nutshell. Like, like it's out of the box. Like, there's a reason they called original Wind Allies starter deck Lorraine.
Oh, that's what they called her. Okay.
Well, yeah, because you could buy a couple copies of that and have all the staples for Wind Allies. Because it came with 1 copy of Phalanx Captain, it came with Banner Knights, and it came with Tactical Sergeant.
Oh yeah.
So, and OG Wind Allies, you played like, you know, 4 of each of those. So, and then you had like a couple decent, like 2, 3, you know, allies like why is the name drawing a blank to me?
Was it like recruits? Something recruit? Like,
Swift Recruits was a different thing, but yeah, the Swift Recruit was in there, and then you just had Lorraine in general, like Lorraine in general with Rallied Advance, or not Rallied Advance. I can't.
Savage.
It's like an anthem card. It's whenever your champion is rested, you draw a card to memory, and all of your allies get +1 attack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
and she grabs a free weapon too, which is nasty right off the bat.
Yeah, like so she had like all the tools necessary. So yeah, that's a strong one. And then the Diana deck is just Unga Bunga Turbo to 3, get Shadow's Twin, Taser Shot you, good game.
Yeah, that's mainly what I was thinking.
And Jin, not so much. Technically Kongming was the better of the 2 there.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's because Kongming had Leeching Bolt.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And yeah, like
I didn't even think about that.
But neither of those 2 are even like remotely like considered like amazing, because if you have people picking up like Lorraine, Diana from ALC, Diana from DTR, and CL. Like, CL's just, I'm gonna spam heavy swing.
Yeah, that's immediately what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Just
so,
like when we were trying out like that program, and it was you were trying out the Merlin Rico, and I was trying out CL starter, and I just kept heavy swinging
Yep.
you. I was like, this is stupid.
But that's what I'm talking about. It's like you can look at if you know what you're looking for. Like if you're a new player, it's definitely, you know, a more even playing field. But if you're a player that knows what to look for and you know what those decks come with and what they can do, you just sit there like, yeah, so I'm gonna pick this thing because I know how busted it is, and that's gonna be that. So so if it's like a group of new people and they don't know what nobody knows what to grab, they just grab the champion they think is cool and everything, and they're just learning to play, like, that's a real even playing field, and that format is perfect for that. But you put one person in there that knows exactly how to, like, do everything, and it's just ugh, the dumpster.
It seems like it.
But and then, you know, like I said, with draft, it, once you've done it a couple of times and you know what to look for, you know what to build, you know what to grab, and there's only so many strategies you realistically go with in there. And I'm not saying it's a small amount, like it's a pretty decent amount of strategy. Not all of them are, you know, amazing.
Of course, yeah.
But I think my first draft, I got like Tamer and something else, and I just built like an entire Tamer core based around like the animals and that came in there, and ways to put buff counters and buff damage and everything. And I almost won that whole thing.
Oh wow.
I think I got second in that one. So it was fun though. Like being able to play with cards that you don't normally get to play with, because, you know, they're not very good.
Yeah, that's why I've always wanted to do a draft at least like once. But, like,
Well, that's why I'm looking forward to Pantheon, because certain cards that were deemed like absolutely terrible in standard play are you know, they're better in Pantheon. So
yeah. Oh, what else went on? Oh yeah. Did you see that they have a Nico Icebound Slam as a reward in the C region?
I did not see that actually.
Yeah, let me yeah, there's here, I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. But yeah, mixed feelings, because it's cool that C is getting like something, but like this, we all like if you see it, this thing is gonna be, I dropped it in the podcast thing, it's gonna be dummy expensive. This thing is,
Oh yeah, back to the
it's like Fable, but also on top of it, because like we talked about it a bit in the group chat.
Oh my god, wow.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So Fable is also releasing a bunch of like really like questionable merch. Like it's some of it's like there's a Nico deck box, and it's gorgeous. But it's a lot of it's kind of like really like, you know, the kind of like Gooner mats and sleeves and stuff that you see like when we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh and Vanguard and stuff. It's a lot of that stuff. There's like an Alice Feet one. It's really weird. That shit's gonna print money, but like, but it's like a limited amount of merch, and I have my stance on FOMO stuff. Even though I would never really like the Nico one's nice, I would probably want to get the Nico one. But as you know, Nico attacks go crazy, so I'm probably not. Especially since you can only get it in the C region. It's just that it's over. Like the tax are going to be insane.
Well, yeah, and right now, with everything going on. I've noticed like in Merlin's marketplace and stuff, like a lot of people from over in that region, like they want you to pay the tariff prices, and
yeah, I've been seeing that.
Yeah, as much as I would love to like pick up certain things, like, and I understand why they like, nothing against them for asking that of somebody, because you know they didn't ask for it, we didn't ask for it. Somebody has to pay it, and it's just how it goes. So unfortunately, it leaves a lot of room for like they just don't get to sell things, and we just don't get to buy things. It's
Yeah. I guess
sucks.
Yeah. I guess the lore of this Icebound Slam though is that like I guess they were gonna print it as like a reward or like a either something, but then Icebound Slam got banned. So they were like, well, we can't sell this now. So I think that's the running theory that everyone was having, is like they had this made for a long time, but they never got to use it. But since they're like, oh, we can just print a proxy vault card, and we're slowly released banned cards and ways of that. So I'm assuming that this is where like that came from.
Depending on how hard this card is to obtain, like what you have to do to obtain it.
You have to it's especially in, they call it the Icebound Slam tournament.
Okay, then yeah, that card's gonna be that expensive.
I think only like I see if I can scroll up, but I think it's only like top 8 get it or something like that.
Yeah, that's gonna be dummy expensive. Like I thought it was gonna be something like, you know, maybe they had a special, and it is a proxy is card, and you can one deck, and that said deck broken at the moment. There is a high chance the card would like level out at somewhat tag.
Yeah, it's
But no, some of these things can be frustrating. Cards get.
It's a really cute Cheshire cat, mat with like Nimue and stuff on it. But what is it? Let's see, prizing. Let me see if I can.
Speaking of playmats and everything, I did tell Dalton to plug this, the podcast and everything, as he had to kind of dip out. I guess he got a call, and I did tell him I would plug this. We have a link on our channel. Buddy of his that does playmat. He has prints playmats and stuff like that. You guys can our affiliate link on our YouTube page, like the links area, and you guys want to help us, want to get a playmat printed, you can go and check that. The quality is really decent. They get to have a test print done for us to check out how it is. So that's what you're looking for, go check.
What are you doing? Like closing things or whatever right now?
Oh yeah, I guess. Corey had mentioned something about playmats and people selling certain playmats, so I plugged your buddy.
Okay, well, I mean, so let me just do the whole entire spiel because I've practiced it, and I want to go and feel.
All right, here we go. Here comes. All right, I'm gonna go to sleep. So here comes the pitch.
So as an individual player, you always want something custom, whether it be ranging from deck boxes to binders to game mats. And it's difficult to find someone that's going to go and print that stuff for you. I myself have a personal contact. He used to be what was JP Curtain Call, which has now been rebranded as Game Over Graphics and Designs. And we do have an affiliate program with them that you can go and utilize to go and get a certain amount off of your order. I believe it's like 10% or whatever at the end of the day. It is an affiliate link, so it does help us out at the end of the day to pay for making all these videos and whatnot and help us accumulate travel funds to attend bigger events and events that are outside of the range that I myself am able to do on my own in regards to driving time and whatnot. That makes it difficult for us to go and coordinate everything. As well as keep in mind that in the future, because we are working on the finalization, well, I'm working on it because I have to go and get all the heat regulations and everything done up because I am part of Game Over Graphic and Designs officially. I am currently working on getting the heat and all the issues with the heat resolved so that way we can print on things like leather or fox leather binders, and also print on specialized deck boxes so that way we can fulfill everyone's custom desire and custom needs for any gaming materials or gaming product that they want. So there's my spiel.
I think you need to shorten it.
I mean, I probably will have it officially shortened next time, but I had to make sure I covered the entire basis of everything.
I honestly, like, I just need to, like, sit you down and record doing, like, a really short thing and then just, like, cut it in as, like, a commercial.
Oh, yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be freaking sweet.
I mean, True Champ Gaming does it whenever they talk about something. They just, like, kind of weave it in there. Like, now here's Isaac or whatever yapping about whatever thing.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, but I mean, for me, it's just this is something him and I have been working on for a minute to get everything correct in regards to printing and get thickness of mats ready and everything else. So I wanted to make sure I went into a little bit more detail in the first announcement, just due to the fact of that him and I together have been working so hard on it. And it's a lot of information to try and put out there to make certain that everyone knows it and whatnot. So
while we're plugging stuff here, this podcast is also sponsored by TC Architect. It is a website that is deck building and information, and I believe there's stuff on there now for they're working on like collection tracker and stuff like that. But
yeah, that's currently in the works.
Yeah, but they have a lot of the Pantheon stuff up right now. They have made they've made it so that you can build a Pantheon deck on there as well as a deck. Their site's very clean, very easy. I love using it. And they just introduced articles, which Dalton is currently the one writing articles for us on there. So I know they have articles from other content creators, other people, or other players as well. So make sure you go and check out TC Architect and help support them because they're really great to work with and everything. We've loved every of it so far. It's been a blast. So check them out.
I really like writing my articles on there. It's fun.
But there's our shameless plugs. And if you want to support us directly, want to just help out, there is a. I don't think there is. I don't think I ever put up.
What, for like Pantheon or Patreon or something?
No, I took the Patreon down because like I don't have anything that. So
that's fair.
Saying like you can always reach out to us and ask for PayPal information if you want to directly help us out. Right now we're currently, our studio isn't even really a studio. It's in my house, in my bedroom. And it's like a corner of the room that's dedicated to doing all this stuff. And I know we just I just got a piece of equipment that should help us to with chat and everything better, and to kind of control the stream a little bit better. And then tomorrow Dalton is going to order overhead camera setup that we looked into for Pantheon content and content in general. It'll just be an overall cleaner, nicer setup. So should have that for the next Brawl night. Gonna order that tomorrow. So yeah, a lot of housekeeping going on, and overall improvements to our general, I don't even know, our general quality. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Quality.
The quality of life updates. Get it right.
Dude, my mind is like mush right now. Like I'm tired. Like I had to do so much stuff today. I had to order a new washer and dryer for us here, and that was a whole thing. And kind of getting things ready to move like my old desk out of here and getting a new desk in here, and then planning a new setup for us because we're gonna have this whole like camera setup to work with. So trying to get everything figured out for them. It's better for everybody, better for you. So that's about it though. I don't think there's anything else really to touch on, unless you guys can think of something.
I mean, I got something to talk to you about afterwards, but that's not relevant here.
What'd I do?
Oh no, it's not what you did. It's about like the idea for what I want to do for RDO.
Oh no, Dalton's got ideas.
Oh yeah, my you could see the smoke pouring out my brain right now. If you could see me, oh boy.
I could see the smoke pouring out you the other night when I proved you wrong how many times in a row.
You know what? Shut up.
By the way, that's on camera, so if you guys want to see me do that, you guys can go check out Brawl Night from this past Tuesday night.
Look, it wouldn't change how Saturday went for me, okay? It still wouldn't change that.
It doesn't matter, man. You can't live that down. Like, that's on camera, man. That's history. I'm gonna clip that and just like keep posting it.
Oh man.
Another one. Nah, it's all fun and games here as always.
Yeah.
But I think that will do it for us for tonight. I know the last couple shows we've run a bit longer, but there really wasn't much to go over this week, and there's really not much coming up. We were gonna do Final Turn Gaming's regional, and then we were like, nah, we're just gonna end our season early.
I mean, I think if I remember correctly, we've come to terms where we're going to take that day and just do a Pantheon stream, aren't we?
Yeah, I think that was the plan. We were gonna try to come up with like some kind of Pantheon decks that we can use.
I'm already ready. I don't know what y'all are doing, but I've
been working on one. I've just been having trouble finding enough cards to really get it all together. And then I'll probably have to make one for Corey as well, because Corey does not have the time for that.
That's fair.
Right, Corey?
Yeah, pretty much. I also don't have much to really build.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have the stuff either, but like he also doesn't have the time to sit there and like ponder a Pantheon deck like by that time, because we're talking what? Not this weekend, but the following weekend?
We are talking 10 days. So it's not even 2 full 10 days.
Yeah.
It's next Saturday.
Yeah. So.
But just like I said, like I'll explain more afterwards. But I don't know if I'll be able to like immediately do that. I need to like. I have stuff on Saturdays.
Well, no, Corey, if you got stuff going on, that's fine. Like Dalton and I will just hang out and we can just, play 2-player Pantheon or whatever.
It's not a Saturday, it's a Sunday.
Oh,
The
I mean
15th is a Sunday.
That's fine too for a Sunday, like whatever, because there's no sense in us going out to locals because if people go out to that, they're not going to go to locals either. So.
Well, from the way it seems, I don't think a lot of our areas go into Final Turn.
Well, and the reason for that is like nothing against Final Turn and everything, but it's a real tight squeeze in there.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I think they're capping out at 40.
Oh wow!
Oh, that means that they didn't find another venue. Then they have to do it at Storyline if they're capping at 40.
Yep.
Because last time it was a really tight squeeze, and that was what 65, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
so
either way, that being said, I'm not gonna sit here and go on about that. But we'll do something. We'll figure it out.
If it's Sunday, I should be able to do it. Like, especially if you're not going to locals, and I really have no ride over there. So.
Yeah, I honestly like. I don't even know if I'm going to locals this weekend or anything either. Like, I don't feel like it.
That's fair.
And I know the wife doesn't mind. She's fine with me just like, being home and not having to take me. But, I'm kind of trying to like lock in and finish out content and stuff for this season and figure it out. So I probably got to work on our schedule and stuff for this month and figure out what we're doing there. But I know I already put out a poll on the channel. So if you guys are watching this and you haven't gone and voted on our poll, please do. I put up a poll for what you would want to see as our first like Pantheon champions decks. Like, what champions do you want to see played first? And there were a couple options. Then one of the options was other, because it wouldn't let me put in enough options to poll on. So I just put other. List your champion in the comments. So make sure you guys vote on that because that'll kind of go towards like our very first like RDO Pantheon type thing.
Currently, Tony is in the lead.
Yeah, I noticed that. So here's hoping for some solid Tony support. But I think that'll do it for us though tonight. I think that's all the housekeeping and general yapping aside. So thank you as always, guys, for coming and listening to us yap and do whatever. So I know it was kind of a bit more of a dulled out stream or podcast, but hopefully we should be getting into spoiler season and things will kind of pick up. So, and here's to hoping that we get a spoiler. But anywho, thanks guys. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, take care.